Hello everyone, and welcome to my EastEnders Media News channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Viewers are certain that George Knight on EastEnders is about to make a tragic exit, which has raised fears for him. George came to live in Walford with his companion Elaine, who happens to be Linda Carter's mother, and his children Gina and Anna. After settling at the Queen Vic, the group quickly discovered a hidden connection to Walford, which none of them had known about. It was discovered that Cindy Beale is very much alive, but that she has been living under witness protection since she met and dated George while going by the alias Rose Knight. Gina and Anna are the two children that Cindy Beale has had with George. There are now genuine concerns that George Knight will depart Walford in a depressing and sorrowful manner, leaving Colin Salmon, the legendary actor, behind. George had a CAT scan tonight, which indicated that he might not survive a blow to the head. George has truly been through it these past several months. #EastEnders. One fan commented on social media, while another fan wrote, George. It's awful news. #EastEnders. I apologize, but George experienced a single, mild episode of vertigo. You don't send someone for a scan for a single vertigo episode, remarked a third. I was an A&E nurse, so I know. #EastEnders. George's decision to take on another fight raises the possibility that the Walford icon will make a shocking exit. Unexpectedly, Junior Knight, the son of George Knight, will be appearing in the BBC soap opera. Executive producer Chris Clenshaw commented on Junior's entrance, saying, I'm thrilled to welcome Micah Balfour to the EastEnders cast as he takes on the role of Junior Knight. The audience is mostly unaware of George's son and the reasons behind their estrangement, despite references to Junior since the Knights arrived in the square. After an unexpected encounter with his father, Junior travels to Walford and is immediately thrown into the center of the action. But viewers will soon realize that there's more to Junior than first meets the eye. Regarding his new position, Micah continued, I'm excited to be a member of the Knight family and join the EastEnders cast. The most bizarre experience of my career was entering the square for the first time because I grew up watching the show and have known many of the characters for as long as I can remember. Working with Colin Salmon, whom I have long admired, as well as the incredible Harriet Thorpe and Kelly Bright, as well as Francesca Henry and Molly Rainford, who are on-screen dynamos, is an honor. Junior is a complex man who will create some agitation, therefore he's a fascinating character to play. Spoilers for this Thursday's, May 9th, EastEnders episode, which hasn't yet aired on BBC One, are below. In the most recent episode of EastEnders, Elaine Peacock learns something terrible about her lover George Knight. The Knight family's life has completely changed this week due to the revelation that George suffers from a brain ailment associated with frequent head trauma. George took the worrisome decision to go after another bout in spite of being warned that one more knockout could kill him. In an attempt to mend the rift that concealing George's fighting from her girls, Cindy promised them something she would find it difficult to uphold during their visit to Walford on Thursday. Cindy promised Gina and Anna that she would persuade George to refrain from fighting, and she subsequently recommended that in order to help George manage his intense feelings, he attempt online counseling. George grudgingly consented, logging on for an assessment, but he hurried off after growing frightened. When George was by himself, he called Rufus to set up a fight for the following week and then told Cindy what he was going to do. At first, Cindy made the decision to back off as she knew that her continued presence was creating stress for the family. But after hearing some counsel from Peter, she returned to the Vic and confronted George firmly. Cindy threatened to inform Elaine about their kiss, so if George goes through with the fight, it is an ultimatum. Unaware that Elaine was listening outside and had heard everything, George quickly called her bluff. Bobby Brazier, an actor from EastEnders, has revealed tidbits about the impending digital spin-off series created specifically for TikTok. The One show's Freddie Slater actor made an appearance tonight, May 1st, to discuss his impending return to EastEnders and to disclose that the soap opera had produced a web series that followed both his character and Layla Morse's returning Mo Harris. He informed hosts Jermaine Jennas and Alex Jones, "EastEnders are on tickers," adding that he had to act as though the cameras were a cell phone in order to record the extra material. "I was behaving as though it were a phone. I was getting all worked up and hitting the play button," he continued. Bobby continued to provide Alex and Jermaine hints about the subject of the TikTok episodes, stating that it will center on Freddie's stay in Mo's caravan when they were returning to Albert Square. "I guess it's an insight into Freddie and Mo living together in a caravan, and I'm playing pranks on her and just doing the kind of silly stuff that Freddie would do with his great-grandmother," he explained. It was humorous. That day was quite humorous. Bobby and Layla are expected to return to Walford in the coming weeks. Freddie had previously temporarily left the square following his attack on Theo Hawthorne. The online series will premiere before Mo and Freddie's return to the main show, albeit it is unclear why they decided to go back to Walford. Producer Chris Crenshaw praised the announcement, saying, "We're delighted to welcome Layla back permanently as she is thrust into the heart of the drama alongside great-grandson Freddie. She and Freddie will be placed into the heart of the drama upon their return. Junior shows there, shocking George, and he eventually decides to end the battle. Later, Junior claims he feels uncomfortable at the Vic and gives several reasons to quit. At the club, he runs into Bianca, and they end up spending the evening together. After discovering that Bianca had permitted Brittany to pilfer from the market, Whitney fires Bianca as her maid of honor. Whitney suggests that Lauren shoulder the duty instead, but Zach and Lauren are still grappling with their guilt. In another scene, Denzel's side affects prevent him from getting a good night's sleep with Amy. Tension arises between the pair as a result. Later, in an attempt to lift Amy's spirits, Nugget goes too far by attempting to kiss her. Later on, when Amy seems silent and sad, Penny becomes concerned. Spoilers for Tuesday's, April 30th, episode of EastEnders, which hasn't yet broadcast on BBC One, are below. Billy Mitchell's father Stevie, who was originally seen during Aunt Sal's funeral at the beginning of the year, has returned to EastEnders this week. Billy and Phil gave Stevie a frigid reception in today's episode, April 30th, making it obvious that they didn't want him back in their lives. But Billy and Honey had an open discussion about their troubled past when Honey urged Billy to listen to his father and find some closure. After a contentious conversation in which Billy discussed his late brother Charlie in particular, Stevie asked Billy how to contact Charlie's son Jamie, to whom Billy had to break the news that Charlie had passed away in 2002. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.